Your hosts would rather die than live in your world.
Hello, welcome back to another episode. Some TV series make it unsettlingly simple to die, while others make it incredibly challenging. Is Westworld creating a world in which realistic character deaths are impossible? Regular people and artificial hosts are the two categories of characters in the HBO series Westworld, which premiered in 2016. While broken hosts might simply be repaired and reprogrammed, the former may die in all the traditional ways. Then, in Season 2, Westworld turned the tables by showing that hosts could be killed and that people might escape death. While Delo's immortality studies played with the idea of prolonging human life, destroying or erasing a sentient host's pearl essentially results in their death. In Westworld Season 4, Episode 6, the surroundings have drastically changed.
23 years since you died in that park.
Humanity is mostly confined to park-like cities under the control of hosts, courtesy of Charlotte Hale, and is unaware of its artificial masters owing to a parasite that makes it possible to manage them. Only a few people are immune to its effects, and they battle Delos by rescuing other outliers who have become trapped in the cities. Westworld Season 4 has not been short on dramatic deaths, with several major characters either biting the dust or coming perilously close. Thanks to Westworld's evolving mythology, however, permanent death is becoming increasingly elusive for hosts and humans. Has Westworld reached a point where any character can be brought back without great effort? Can humans still die in Westworld? When Westworld Season 2 introduced Delos' Immortality Project, the process was strictly reserved for company owners James Delos and the Man in Black. With Charlotte Hale now in control, she can use that same technology for whomever she chooses. Caleb, for example, died before Hale could figure out how he defied the parasite, so she simply brought him back. And as an important distinction, these hybrid hosts don't merely look like their subject. The original human consciousness is programmed inside the artificial body, continuing their life as if death never happened. The original Caleb might have died, but the hybrid is still him. Delos still hasn't perfected this process, but since Hale is capable of printing as many as she needs, their lack of longevity doesn't really matter. Does this mean any human character can now be brought back to life in Westworld? Kind of. Hale obtains a complete cognitive scan necessary for the immortality ruse by concealing future MRI devices behind mirrors. Considering that Hale's designs are also used in the construction of the new cities in Westworld Season 4, it makes sense to believe that she has cognitive maps for most of the people under her control. Caleb's reading was probably obtained when he and Maeve visited the Golden Age. Therefore, in principle, the only human beings in Westworld who may die forever are the disobedient outliers. This may help to explain why, in Season 4, Episode 6, Bernard fools Frankie into having her brain scanned in front of a mirror because he wants a mechanism to revive her in the future. Can hosts still die in Westworld? Westworld has already established that a host could die if the pearl inside their head was destroyed or wiped. Though that fundamental principle still applies, Westworld Season 4 makes hosts far harder to kill by redefining how sturdy these control units can be. Westworld's Fidelity episode reveals Maeve's pearl was harmed during the massive explosion that occurred 23 years earlier, which was discovered after Bernard and Frankie dug her up from her desert burial site. Unfazed, Bernard starts the drawn-out process of moving her consciousness into a new unit, which he just randomly takes from an inactive host. Despite the fact that pearls have an impenetrable exterior shell, the fact that data can still be sent even if the inner unit is destroyed makes Westworld's hosts far more difficult to kill. For any host to genuinely die, the pearl must be completely crushed like Hector's. Westworld Season 4's Christina storyline also casts doubt on whether a host can die by having their pearl scrubbed. Westworld hasn't yet revealed the connection between Dolores and Christina in full, but Teddy seems to think his ex-girlfriend is buried within the mind of Charlotte Hale's flame-haired college roommate. If the real Dolores somehow survived Rehoboam's purge at the end of Westworld Season 3, physically decimating the pearl would be the only way to permanently dispose of a host. Thanks for watching. Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe.